From simple muskets to precision missiles Capalure, humanity's weapons have evolved faster than ever imagined.
Technology turned skies into battlefields, from dogfights to guided missile strikes.
Each century brought deadlier inventions, gunpowder, tanks, and aircraft.
Now, wars are fought with buttons and codes, reminding us that peace must evolve too.
Have you ever wondered how we went from soldiers standing in neat lines, firing muskets at each other, to the push of a button, potentially launching a missile across a continent? It's a staggering transformation. And today, we're going to journey through the evolution of warfare, from muskets to missiles. It all starts in what historians call the age of gunpowder. Imagine this. It's the 17th century. Armies are massive formations of infantry, clad in colorful uniforms, marching in tight ranks. Their primary weapon? The smoothbore musket. These weren't exactly sniper rifles. They were wildly inaccurate, took ages to reload. A skilled soldier might get off 3 shots a minute and had an effective range of maybe 100 yards. Because of this, battles were close, personal, and brutal. The strategy was simple. Get as many muskets as you can, point them at the enemy, and unleash a volley of lead. It was a numbers game, a terrifying symphony of smoke, noise, and sheer willpower. The goal was to break the enemy's line and their morale before they broke yours. Cavalry charges were still a decisive factor, and artillery, though powerful, was slow and cumbersome. Warfare was a grand yet horrifying chessboard played out on open fields. But then, a game changer arrived. The rifle. Unlike the smoothbore musket, a rifle had spiral grooves inside the barrel. This simple innovation spun the bullet as it left, making it fly straighter, farther, and with much greater accuracy. Suddenly, a single soldier could effectively engage a target from hundreds of yards away. This spelled the end for those neat, colorful lines of infantry. Standing shoulder to shoulder became a death sentence. The American Civil War was a brutal testing ground for these new technologies. It was a clash between old tactics and new weapons, leading to staggering casualties. Generals were still ordering frontal assaults against entrenched positions armed with rifles, and the results were devastating. This conflict was a harsh lesson that warfare was changing forever. Cover, concealment, and trenches were no longer optional. They were essential for survival. As we move into the early 20th century, the pace of change accelerates dramatically. The First World War introduces a level of industrial-scale slaughter the world had never seen. The machine gun becomes the king of the battlefield, capable of mowing down hundreds of men in minutes. In response, armies dug in, creating vast, complex networks of trenches that stretched for miles across Europe. Warfare became a stagnant, grueling meat grinder. To break this stalemate, new horrors were invented. Poison gas choked the life out of soldiers in their trenches. Giant artillery pieces, now more accurate and powerful than ever, could shell positions miles away for days on end. And then, crawling out of the mud and smoke, came the first tanks, armored behemoths designed to cross no man's land and break through enemy lines. The age of mechanized warfare had begun. The sky, once just a backdrop, became a new battlefield. At the start of World War I, airplanes were flimsy things made of wood and fabric, used mostly for reconnaissance. Pilots would literally wave to each other as they passed. But soon, they were mounting machine guns on them, and the dogfight was born. The legendary Red Baron and other aces became heroes of a new kind of combat. By the end of the war, strategic bombing of cities and industrial centers was already being tested, a terrifying glimpse into the future. Warfare was no longer confined to a single battlefield. It was becoming three-dimensional. The 20 years between the world wars saw these technologies refined at a dizzying speed. When World War II erupted, it was a completely different kind of conflict. The German Blitzkrieg, or Lightning War, was the terrifyingly effective result. It combined fast-moving tank divisions, motorized infantry, and tactical air support, the dive bombers, into a synchronized storm of destruction. They punched through enemy lines and encircled entire armies before they even knew what hit them. The static trench warfare of the previous generation was obsolete. Speed, coordination, and firepower were the new doctrines. On the seas, The age of the mighty battleship was brought to an abrupt end. The aircraft carrier became the new queen of the ocean, projecting air power across vast distances. The Battle of Midway, for instance, was won without the opposing fleets ever seeing each other. It was a battle fought by pilots, hundreds of miles from their ships. And then, on August 6, 1945, everything changed. The world witnessed the dawn of the atomic age. The atomic bomb wasn't just a bigger explosion. It was a fundamental shift in the very concept of war. For the first time in history, humanity possessed the power to annihilate itself. This ushered in the Cold War, a tense, 50-year standoff between superpowers. The new battlefield was one of ideology, espionage, and proxy wars fought in smaller nations. The central doctrine became mutually assured destruction, or MAD. The idea was that any nuclear attack would be met with an overwhelming retaliatory strike, ensuring the destruction of both sides. It was a terrifying form of peace, kept by the threat of total annihilation. The missile, specifically the Intercontinental Ballistic Missile, or ICBM, became the ultimate weapon, capable of delivering a nuclear warhead anywhere on the globe in under 30 minutes. From the Cold War onwards, we've entered the information age of warfare. Technology has become smaller, smarter, and more precise. Satellites give us unprecedented intelligence, allowing us to see and hear almost anything anywhere. Drones or unmanned aerial vehicles can conduct surveillance for days or deliver a precise strike without risking a pilot's life. Smart bombs and guided missiles can hit a specific window of a building from miles away, minimizing collateral damage, at least in theory. Cyber warfare has opened up a whole new domain, where battles are fought with code, disabling power grids, financial systems, and military networks without firing a single shot. The modern soldier is now a system, equipped with night vision, GPS, and encrypted communications, linked into a vast network of information. So, from the Muskets' cloud of smoke to the silent threat of a cyber attack, the evolution of warfare is a story of human ingenuity, often turned to its most destructive ends. Each innovation, from the rifle to the drone, has forced a complete rethinking of tactics, strategy, and even the ethics of conflict. It's a sobering reminder of how technology doesn't just change how we live, but also how we fight. Thanks for joining me on this journey through military history. What do you think will be the next major evolution in warfare? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this interesting, please hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss our next video. See you next time.